Party people in the place to be. Live from 58 Dream Street. This is Friday Night Frosthaven. On Thursday. Here we are. This is not going to sound true when I say we're all hands on deck, but we are, I swear. Rich was here, and then his computer did a weird thing. He sent us a screenshot. It had it looked like a Windows update message,
Yeah,
but I've never
updating.
seen those words. It said, you're 35% of the way there. Keep your computer on. Usually, doesn't the update message usually say, don't turn your computer off? Maybe that's a Windows 11 thing. Anyway, Rich is sort of here. He'll be here soon. I promise. Guided by voices in the house. How time flies indeed. Oh, man. It's Tuesday night, Friday night, Frosthaven on Thursday already. This week just blew by. And yeah, here we are. Can't introduce player 1 yet, but I will when I get a chance. Player 2, well, here's the thing. We're not doing the scenario today, so I still think we can get Danielle back for the next scenario, but we'll see. It's a weird thing where
there's no guarantee.
No, she's it's this weird mix of she's like, because she's got her knee injury, she's been confined, she's super bored, but then also unmotivated. Like, I'm pretty sure she would have been happier if I'd like cajoled her into doing it than if she just can socialize and stuff like that. But I don't know. At any rate, she's getting better every day, and so I bet by next week I can actually cajole her. We'll see. Time will tell. Player 3, playing for the last time in scenario terms, not in episode terms.
Maybe. Hopefully.
The Inox Drifter, the biggest hobo. Well, even if we lose, it's still in scenario terms because we'll just bang our heads against this until we win. The biggest
I just meant that there's a real possibility that eventually one of these events will force us to play a scenario.
Oh, yeah, that might happen. Let's not rule it out. We'll see. We'll find out. We've got two events and two like card events, obviously, like always, and two calendar events in between us and the scenario.
Now would be the funniest time. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. That's very true. But yeah, playing the Inox Drifter, the biggest hobo for maybe the last time, but I guess it's true. Anything can happen. It's Greg. How you doing, Greg?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Just starting my weekend, so excited to have some fun games.
Great. Yes. Very good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how obscenely warm are you? I would say I'm
pretty warm. I've got the air conditioner on, but I just turned it on. So it's still cooling down the room.
I'm a solid.
Rich is back. Oh. No sound from Rich.
I heard.
Don't know if he's still muted.
I heard Rich's voice before I heard you say Rich is back. Graham, welcome. Friday night on a Friday afternoon. A lot comes down to exactly which part of the planet you're on. And if I'm remembering correctly, Graham, you're a Kiwi? Bringing Rich back, if I can ever find. Would you believe that the stream overlays for Friday Night Frosthaven include 100 million different sources? So I have to do a lot of scrolling to find player 1 camera. There we go. Rich in the house. Player 1 playing the Aether Pain Conduit. Dr. Becky Goodpain. It's Rich. How you doing, Rich?
I mean, I was so good, but now I'm pretty good. That was a long time. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit.
Conditions decaying. Well, I hope at least your update has improved your Windows experience. For a problem that turned out to be unrelated. For a problem that turned out to be unrelated to the Windows experience, I bit the bullet and upgraded my work computer to Windows 11, and I hate it. And I want to go back.
Of course you do.
I want to return with a V to good old Windows 10.
Good old Windows Home Edition.
Yeah, but yeah, here we are. Right. Player 4. Whew. Yeah, I'm like an 8 on the uncomfortably warm scale. I looked at the thermostat, and when I started my setup, it was 25 degrees in this room, and now it's 30. Which is a significant temperature increase, and I don't know what. Like, there's a breeze. I can see the curtain waving, but it's not like touching me, even though the window is like
Hey,
3
you
feet
guys-
away.
Check
Do
out
you-
the blanket I need on my legs.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe I should be doing this stream from our storage unit in the parking garage downstairs, in underground. But yeah, what can you do? Uh, yeah, Gotta Buy Voices points out it's a luxury to ever be able to turn your air conditioner off. They don't do that in Texas this time of year, unless they've had enough.
Unless there's a massive power outage.
Yeah, unless there's some
Sorry for you.
awful catastrophe. Hold on, I should sharpen this pencil. Gotta make some pencil marks today. Yeah, player 4. Playing the Lurker Deep Wraith. Click Trill, Snip Click. Your host here at 58 Dream Street.
I thought the power outage was from too much freedom.
Yeah. That's what
I thought that was like an overabundance of freedom and Texas lost its power.
Yeah.
It was like
I mean, it technically is. Texas is
I was just gonna
Texas
say,
is the only
right,
continental
kinda.
state that's not connected to the national grid, because there are regulatory agreements you have
'Cause
to
they're free.
consent to.
because they're super free.
I mean, they are free. That's why. Listen, yeah, but listen, Texas also, because they're so free, is beating the entire rest of the country for wind installation, for power, for example. Although,
freedom cuts both ways.
As we learned in those this is. I know this because this is a thing. This is like a 20-minute portion of my sustainability course. It's just talking about different political climates and the positive and negative impacts they can have on the goal of sustainability. But yeah, like the wind installation is crazy. Then on the flip side of that, of course, there's a winter storm a couple of years ago and a bunch of turbines froze because there are no regulations in Texas that require you to winterize your wind turbines. But you take the good, you take the bad. Is there a better? I can't think of a better.
And that's the end.
It's not like there's a. I can't think of an animated sitcom set in Nova Scotia that's better than King of the Hill. I'll say that.
I mean,
Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Is there a really well-liked Trailer Boys animated series? Trailer Park Boys, sorry. That seems like something that would exist.
Boys animated series.
But it's not better than King of the Hill.
No, that exists.
It can't be better than King
There's
of the Hill.
no way it's better than King of the Hill.
No way at all. No.
No.
Like, only like 50 cartoons are better than King of the Hill.
That's a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, but there's probably thousands of
It's
cartoons.
it's a rich
true.
medium. But yeah, like King of the Hill is definitely in a like it's on a top list if it's a really rigorous top list. Is it one of the best 5 cartoons ever? Probably not. I guess your mileage may vary. Whew. God. So, how am I doing? Well, I'm warm. I didn't even say my name. The showrunner, the game runner, your host here at 58 Dream Street. It's James. How am I doing? I'm awfully warm. I was very sore earlier, and now I'm significantly less sore, so that's probably a good sign. I started playing Fist of the North Star fitness boxing on Tuesday. So Tuesday was nothing, because it's just like, punch in your personal information, and then let me teach you how to do a jab and a straight. But then the official day 1, it's like, okay, let's do 40 minutes of continuous boxing cardio in a very, very, very hot room. And so then my body was like, you fool, you are 39 years old. Just because the game says that your fitness age, which went from 36 on Tuesday to 29 on Wednesday, don't let that fool you. You are 39.
They're buttering you up.
It's it occurred the fitness age thing makes this is not a real measurement of anything. Fitness is required to lower your fitness age because it's relying on your performance in the rhythm boxing game, but you cannot. Thank you, Guided by Voices. You cannot do good at the rhythm game if you're you will miss every timing if your punches don't have snap. So if you're gonna do a bunch of these routines and perform well enough to be told that you have a low fitness age, you got to be somewhat fit. So that's a good sign. I know that my freakish metabolism has slowed down because in my annual getting out of shape during the school year, I gained weight instead of losing weight. But it hasn't abandoned me completely just yet. And I still have most of my hair. And I'm still young at heart. So all those things are going for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, my butt
It
already
doesn't
feels
come up on
younger.
the stream very often.
Yeah. But yes. Okay. Whew. So today we're just doing an Outpost phase. Partially because like there's a bunch going on, so probably we'd run out of time anyway. But also because I did almost all the setup and then realized like, oops, I didn't do the loot deck. And that would be a pain to scramble and do right now. So even if somehow this is really fast, we're still not doing it. A quick review of our progress. The Aether Pain Conduit, who is level 4 now, remains calendar locked in this quest. The calendar locks feel for this quest much, much, much crueler than I think they actually are because of the fact that it takes us like 3 weeks to do a scenario. Yeah. Danielle, when she joins us again, is already 1/4 of the way to unlocking, her quest, which I haven't looked to see if it's a quest line or a single quest. I'm actually curious. Might as well look right now. It's an Outpost phase episode. Because Riches is a quest line, obviously, and they make us wait a bit in between each one. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's upside down. It's horrible. Here we go. Boom. 66, 67, 68. Oh, come on. 69 is just not on the same one as 66, 67, 68. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, there it is.
69, 70,
69, 70. 69, 70. It's a 2-step.
Okay.
That's true, Graham. We could do... That is exactly what we'll do if somehow this actually goes quickly. Which I'm going to bet against, but I will do my best to keep things moving. So, well, do my best to keep things moving. I forgot to add the gameplay camera to the setup. Fortunately, that doesn't take too long.
I was just about to say, as always, the first step, the passage of time.
The passage of time. Okay, let me just get this in position here. I probably should have gone back to the old setup, at least for this one, on account of having no idea exactly how to set this up best. Okay, that'll do. All right. So before we go to the Outpost, we do always have to update the map. There's only one thing to add. The new scenario that we're going to do next, the Realm of Endless Frost. So that's an epic sounding one for the Drifter to go out on, which is what we're hoping will happen.
Yeah.
And it's a boss fight scenario. Scenario number 21.
Located far to the north.
I would assume so. It requires conveyance, which is why it will allow us to retire the Drifter. It's a boss fight, you can tell, because there's the boss symbol, but we'll get there by dog sled. I'll save the reveal, but let me just say that this boss is a little twerp. He looks real punchable. If he was voice acted, his voice would definitely be annoying. If he has any dialogue in the scenario, I bet it's obnoxious.
Foolish humans.
Yes, I'm very confident that that is what the Prince of Frost, or whatever the hell his name is.
Oh, well, he probably just sounds like Tom Kenny then.
Perhaps. Perhaps, Greg. All right. Well, that'll do.
With the Tom Kenny laugh.
I'm sure that this is the kind of thing that has been pointed out on the internet a lot prior to me seeing somebody point it out and thinking, oh, wow. But I saw somebody point out that George C. Scott, specifically in Dr. Strangelove, not only looks, but also acts like a Tim Robinson character from I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah, actually.
God, I haven't seen that movie in years.
Very little prosthetics would be needed if they wanted to get Tim Robinson to play him in some movie.
Yeah. And like Not that they should ever remake Doctor Strangelove. I think Doctor Strangelove is just fine as it is. In fact, if you haven't seen Doctor Strangelove, as far as a black and white comedy from the early 60s, you would never believe how much it will feel like it was actually just made. Like, it's so relevant and so funny. And
I'm just saying, if they ever do a biopic about Stanley Kubrick's life and they need somebody to do a walk-on as George C. Scott,
yeah,
then Eric wouldn't do a bad job.
no, he absolutely wouldn't. Okay. I just want it to not show the word Outpost at the bottom, while also not showing anything off screen, off desk. That'll do. Okay, great. I hate it. Okay. And now actually we're done. I don't need to show this anymore. We've updated the map. Let me put the check mark on Frozen Fjord, though, so that we do something else. Oh, God. I'll use the... No. Okay. I got to think of what I'm going to do for future Outpost-only episodes. What I'm going to do is just use the old setup or some new setup that isn't this one. But I don't know what to do for ones where I don't expect the Outpost phase to take all the time. So here we are, the Outpost of Frosthaven. It's time for the Outpost phase, and the first step in the Outpost phase, as Greg has mentioned, it's the passage of time.
The passage of time.
And boom, we have made it through winter. I'm guessing largely on just dumb luck. This winter was pretty fine for us. A fair number of people expressed their anxiety to us that we weren't like gathering all the resources we could and taking advantage of every opportunity to get prepared. But
I just don't think those people know how easy the game is for us.
Yeah. It's there's something to be said for essentially being the Bugs Bunny of Frosthaven groups. It just worked out. I'm not saying we deserved it. This is the lazy Grasshopper, just making it through the winter and laughing at the ants. But we did it. So there are 2 calendar events. I'm going to do the non-automatic one, the not end of winter one first. The one that we added. 89.3.
Okay.
We'll find out what it is. I don't remember.
All right.
It might be the unlocking of the calendar for Rich's next scenario. Nope. No, it's not. Section.
Nope. Okay.
89.3. The Boneshaper returns. You are wandering the streets.
Oh, hey.
Convinced the day will be a quiet one, when it's suddenly decidedly not. A crack rends the air, violent neon energy briefly blinding you. Once it fades, you see a familiar Aether, the Boneshaper Megara, in front of you. Their expression is arch, her arms unfolding out of an interdimensional travel pose. I do really realize I bid you goodbye mere moments ago, they say. You open your mouth to refute this, since you haven't seen the Boneshaper in several weeks, but they continue somewhat breathlessly. Yet, you recall how I am seeking energy from new planes in order to retain my power? Well, it seems my journey is already concluded. I felt something near Frosthaven pulling me back. It is the same sensation as when a piece of chaos gets stuck in your eye. Do you know it? When you shake your head, the Boneshaper waves a hand dismissively. Never mind. The salient point is this. Somewhere nearby emanates a strange energy, and it tastes deliciously necromantic. They grin wolfishly. How would you like to join me on a little jaunt? They grab your wrist, but at your dubious expression heave a sigh. Very well. We'll travel the tedious way, on foot. We get a new scenario, but despite what that might have sounded like, Greg, we're not forced to play
tedious way.
We're not forced to play
Yeah, that really sounded like a forced scenario. Oh, I was waiting for it. As soon as she grabbed her hand, I was like, "Oh, this is it." Just
Okay.
before the show, I did say that this would be the funniest time to force us to play a scenario.
It certainly would be. Okay, so I have to
That's
add
neat, though. I'm
scenario.
excited to get to do something with old Boney.
Ooh, and there's some synergy here. There's some James synergy because the scenario that we're unlocking, scenario 118 for the Boneshaper, is called Lurker Necromancy. Oh, and
All right.
it's a conveyance scenario that is calendar locked. Although
Oh, so
it's
we could do
unlocked
this
now.
one instead.
We could, but I sure did spend a lot of time punching that new boss in, and then realizing I set the boss display up to only show immunities, but then this boss had a trait, so I had to go back and reprogram it all so that immunities and traits are just all displayed as traits. Oh my.
Hey,
Okay.
James, all that will still be there.
Yep, it's true. F4. And also, like I said, this does have appeal to me. So I am open to the discussion of switching midstream here. I mean, not
If
literally
Robert were here, he
midstream.
would demand that we play the new one.
Yes, he
Yeah,
would.
you would.
But he's not, is he?
You would
He's
demand
not
we play
here.
me.
No,
No.
he's certainly not.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to read the text or do anything like that. A myth, a
Oh,
legend.
this is an internet friendly Robert story. I saw him the other day
Oh, great.
because I was standing in Tony's wedding, and we were at our house, like at my house, getting ready, and like all of them had purchased shirts that require cufflinks but didn't have cufflinks, and like three guys just like come into the kitchen and like, hey, like, you got any safety pins? So I ran around the neighborhood securing some cufflinks, and one of them was from Robert. So I texted him, asked if he had them. He said yes. So I ran to his house. He thought like I meant like for some other day sometime. He's just like standing in the middle of his house, like, yeah, I got like 3 minutes. He's like, oh, we're never gonna find these cufflinks. He like frantically looks around him for like a minute, and then like Bronwyn comes downstairs. Like it's Friday. It's the middle of her work day. She works from home. Robert is a teacher on vacation. She like comes like stopping downstairs. She's like, just look at like two places. Goes downstairs immediately. Comes up with them.
Oh my. They were
So we
in the
got
cuff. They were in the box labeled cufflinks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just a giant box with 600 pairs of cufflinks in it.
Oh, man.
All right. So let me tell you something about. I'll tell you a few things about Lurker Necromancy. It's a kill 'em all and loot 'em all scenario. There are special
Okay.
numbered tokens that need
Loot
to be
them
looted.
all.
It's designed
Bad news
by.
bears.
I'm going to apologize here for the pronunciation in advance, but it's designed
Marcus.
by Vlada Kvatil or Chvatil, CHV. I have no idea how to pronounce that combination of consonants. Chvatil, and written by a Shannon Campbell. I think those folks are both new to us, unless they designed like Gloomhaven scenarios I don't remember their names from. I'm not going to read these special rules because they are all paragraphs. There's no one sentence special rules for this scenario. In fact, one of the paragraphs. Ooh, Vlad is a major board game designer. Greg, you want to hit up Board Game Geek and tell us more?
Yeah, I definitely can spell the name you couldn't pronounce.
Oh, no, you certainly can. First name, well, Graham spelled it there, but if you're not looking, VLAADA. And I'm willing to bet that will get the job done for you.
That
the
gets
surname.
me there. They are a Czech board game designer.
If I was forced to guess, I would have said, I bet that's a Czech name.
They are the creator of Codenames.
Holy shit. Well,
Oh, I know that game.
yeah. This scenario seems more complex than Codenames with all its special rules.
The Codenames?
Yeah.
I've played that
Man,
game.
I would
I
love
think
a...
with James, but I've played it.
Yeah. Is there... Man, maybe like a, how people say use turn like a spreadsheet in Excel and make it play. Greg is checking it out. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's the second best pun that an audience member has made this week, because on Sunday I was playing Roberta Williams' Phantasmagoria, where my basic gimmick, because Roberta Williams designed the King's Quest series, was I'll name every episode after I'll take a King's Quest game name and then just insert a horror pun. So Romancing the Throne, I called episode 1 Romancing the Bones. Anyway, so I was exploring the house in Phantasmagoria, and I got to the bar, and we looked at the bar, and the one bottle you can click on, and Adrian will pick it up and look at it, is a bottle of absinthe. And then a couple of minutes later, I mentioned my thing about making these puns, and Cedric Cedric tossed out, "Absinthe makes the heart go yonder," and I was pretty happy with that. As long as I'm telling pun stories, I am going to tell one more, which is if you look at our logo, the Friday Night Frosthaven logo, you might realize that obviously this is not a font that I can download and type with. I took the logo of the game and through the ages, Space Alert, Galaxy Trucker, Dungeon Pets, and Bunny Bunny Moose Moose. I've heard of all of those except for Dungeon Pets, but I've only played Galaxy Trucker. But I mean, code names would be enough to hang your hat on. So, very impressive. Ludography, as they say.
Although I did look up the pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's Halfstil.
I knew there was like an aspirate there, but I was like, I'm not gonna aspirate properly if I even try right now. Yeah, so if you look at our logo, obviously I took the Frosthaven logo and then I just used those letters to build the words Friday night, but there is no I. There's no, just to get the word Friday, I had to make the Y and the I and the D. So when I made this logo and I first prepared it, I shared it to Rich and I's tabletop group just to say, look, I'm pretty proud of this. Like, I had to make all the letters that aren't contained in Frosthaven. And within 10 seconds of me sending that picture, our buddy Jimmy got back to me and he said, so you had to DIY it? It's a thinker, but holy shit, because those are the 3 letters that I had to create. And I didn't say I had to make the D, the I, and the Y. I said I had to make the letters that aren't in Frosthaven. And it was like 10 seconds. I was like, dude, if I didn't already know that you were gay, that Golden Girls level of like punning would have been the tip off.
I really didn't know where you would go with that.
Okay. All right. We've added a new scenario that we may well... I think, you know what? Let's do it. Like, it's not like we're gonna have the feel for being in the realm of endless frost right now. We might as well go Lurker necromantize, experience a guest, some wacky special rules. I'm down for it.
Who knows
I'm
what
down.
will unlock? It's a retirement thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have no idea what the rewards might be, and they very well might be really cool. Sweet. Mm-hmm. All right. Nice. Awesome. And now we got to end the winter with scenario 129.3. Section 129.3, the second year. While life on the tundra is anything but easy, your time in Frosthaven has earned you a pedigree few could ever touch. You've survived in the place where life is so hostile to your existence that some battered wooden walls are all that stand between you and an icy death. But today, with the sun cresting over the mountains and the promise of summer stretching before you, you can't help but feel hopeful. You've tested your strength against countless enemies, but you've made some friends in this pocket of life too. While you don't know what the next year holds, you know that this place has earned its name. Home. That's wholesome.
Oh, was that it?
Yes. But now
just a nice little speech.
Yeah, I had already picked out our Outpost and road event for today. But now we have to add to the deck. So I'm going to need to put these back and shuffle.
Yes. Also, that makes
Yes.
sense. Get some new blood in there. I think we'll probably be doing that every season change for a little bit.
Yeah,
At least to reach the reach.
Eventually, there are no more calendar events if the season changes, but we're a ways off from that. Okay, so I must add. I'm gonna have to update the winter decks too, but I'm not doing that right now because it's not necessary yet. I'll do it tomorrow.
Man, yeah, why would you?
Yeah. So, Outpost events 21 to 35, and road events 21 to 32. All right.
Okay. Let's see if your shuffle pulls us a new event, something from this new deck.
I hope so. Or at least, what I hope is at the very least we don't get one of the base ones. If we get another one that we added, that's also fun. I can get down with that. Okay. Shuffling up the road events. Got to do a good shuffle here because I'm basically taking two decks that are not, one of them sequentially organized, and they are divided into two blocks that separate around the number 21. So I'll shuffle, riffle, shuffle, riffle, riffle.
Shuffle.
All right. This is going.
So, Rich, what are your plans for the summer?
Yeah, how's things? Say something, please.
Speak words.
Oh yeah.
Make them true.
I'm staunchly against vaccines now.
Right, you told us that. Okay.
You
Yeah,
teased
Rich
us
told us in the chat he was excited to share his new anti-vax stance. I'm cautiously optimistic.
So like, I should probably preface with like, it's not real. Like I understand.
It's important on the internet to throw up some,
if I
some
wasn't
big flags.
I would have myself drilled down if I wasn't already very confident about that before we went to air.
Okay, so this is just a very funny series of events in hindsight. Wednesday of last week, so 8 days ago, I get a call from like their daycare. Lily needs to be picked up. She's got a rash, so pick her up. Kind of fine, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, some things are super contagious. You gotta be careful. The next day, she gets her 1-year vaccine, where the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, she can go back to daycare. That's fine." She's like, "Well, the rash she has isn't contagious, and she can go back." So we don't send. That's Thursday, so she doesn't go that day. She goes for like the morning on Friday, and they're like, "Well, we can still see a rash." We're like, "You have to take her. It's Tony McHale's wedding day. Like, we're not doing baby things today." My mom's gonna come pick her up. Also, she's not contagious. Anyways, on the weekend, the vaccine that she got on Thursday was the measles one.
Yeah.
So it's not that uncommon for them to look like they have measles for like 5 days afterwards. Yeah. But that did not happen to Ethan. Wasn't something we thought about. We really fought for her to go back to daycare for that like 1/2 day because of her rash.
Yeah.
And now she's just like covered head to toe in a completely different one. Can't get to see the doctor because she just had her appointment. Show up I was like, "Oh, I'll get a doctor's note from a walk-in clinic." Go there at 8:20 when it opens at 8:30, and there's already a sign on the door being like, "We've already got all our patients for the day. Go home, please." too embarrassed now to just like yeah, this rash is nothing. It's like way worse than it was last time you saw her. So she was home for 3 days, which is why when I sent the text, I was like in it. I was like, this is ridiculous. She's not sick. She's not contagious. Everything is perfectly fine. And the vaccine gave her measles. And my new stance is just like, without the vaccine, she would have been taken care of all that time. Would have been perfectly fine. Would have been perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, this is the daycare's anti-vax stance. They don't want to. They're like, no, we don't need that jab baby in here. Bring her back when she can pass for an unvaxxed baby.
But like,
bring her back when her blood is pure.
It really makes you like see like, you know, how maybe a not that smart person would be like, okay, well, I got the measles vaccine, my baby got measles. Like, this is not normal. Kids aren't supposed to look like this.
Yeah.
We're not doing any more of these.
Yeah.
Shut it down. Yeah. We're done.
Shut it down.
I'm going to start an Instagram account.
Definitely immune. She had the measles. We all saw it.
Oh, hey, sweet. I did successfully pull both a new Outpost and a new road event.
Nice.
Yeah. So, here we are. It's Outpost event time. And we're going to do Summer Outpost event number 34.
Okay.
Wait, there's no spring or fall, eh? Just...
No, nope. Yeah, no spring or fall.
Either or.
It's to really drive home how bad Frosthaven sucks.
She's a winter
and summer,
freezing cold.
In the Heian period of Japan, when the nobility, there was an annual poetry contest among the nobility, where they split into two teams, and it's a poetry contest to where each side, it's like a debate to argue which is the best season. But they only split into two teams because one team is arguing that spring is the best, and the other team argues that fall is the best, because they were not going to grant the possibility that winter or summer are good. And they were right.
Fair.
Yeah. Like, listen, there's some real charms to summer, namely because I teach, so it's easier when it's not the school year to be alive. But that's really it.
We've all played Midway's famous poetry jam. That was an NBA jam joke, but I think only James got it.
And I only kind of got it. I didn't even put the NBA Jam part together right away. I was just like, yeah, arcade game about poetry, huh? But yes. Boom shaka. Hold on. How many syllables? Boom shaka laka. Boom shaka laka. 5. So yeah, that can be the first or the third line in haiku.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. It's so versatile.
It would have to be the last line, though. You definitely end on boom shakalaka.
Yeah, that's probably true. He's on fire now is the first line. So then we just need 7 syllables to describe the middle part. Summer Outpost event 34. It's one of those rare, warm summer days where the citizens of Frosthaven cast off their piled furs and dress almost like members of a real
from downtown town. Oh, ugly shot.
Yes, very nice.
I'm glad on this episode at 9:54 we could finally get around to the NBA Jam haiku.
In our 63rd episode.
It's all been leading to this, folks.
Canadian winter camping YouTube and summer camping YouTube are better than spring or fall camping YouTube. Rich, I feel like you might be able to weigh in on Graham's opinion there.
Sorry, what was the question?
Graham says the Canadian winter camping YouTube and summer camping YouTube are better than spring or fall camping YouTube.
I bet that's fair. I bet that's true.
Yeah.
Like
our
spring and fall camping here are like, it's it's pretty gear intensive because it drops to like
Yeah.
1 degree, but also it rained on you and all your stuff all day,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the ground is underwater.
spring is a very
Yeah.
notional idea in our neck of the woods. Like we technically like we mark it on a calendar, but it's mostly like a lot of winter and then a few rainy days, and then all of a sudden it's fucking summer, and you're like, God damn it! I wanted like
And then
5 days where it was 20 degrees out and there was a breeze.
like late fall camping here is pretty good because it's like 1 to 5 degrees the whole time, so you get like you know exactly
It's
what you're gonna
consistent.
need.
Yeah.
But then like you have from the hours of like 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. to cover any ground you have to cover, or it's just fucking pitch black.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my. I would find that
And also
stressful.
because it's cold out. Because it's cold out, you don't really feel thirsty. And at the end of the day, you're like, why am I making really bad decisions right now? You're like, oh yeah,
Didn't have any water.
no water all day.
I'm horrifyingly dehydrated.
I would find that like this would be stressful to me in a video game. I don't think I'm not cut out for camping. I'm a cottager, or at least I was. I don't have a cottage now. But if someday I acquire one, I'll be
We
there
we don't need to revisit that.
be there much more often than I'm ever out camping. All right. You convinced some fisher folk. Oh yeah, so it's the nice day in Frosthaven, remember. You convinced some fisher folk to allow you to join in today's excursion as an opportunity to breathe in some of that ocean air. There's a point for Nova Scotia. Ocean air is great. You're stretched out on the beach to collect some sunlight when suddenly the boat rocks. Got a big one, an Inox crew member shouts as they start hauling on the line. As the fish comes to the surface, you notice it's thrashing quite a bit. Live one, the Inox cries, but as he pulls it in closer, it's clear the foaming water around the fish isn't due to its movement, but the movement of dozens of smaller animals latched onto it. Piranha pigs are tearing the catch apart. Oinkers! The Inox shouts in a sudden panic. Yeah, we remember them, but not their herder, unless there was some really, really bad copy editing of that scenario. But I hope that it turns out that the abeils are like, just have a property that people can't remember them, and that's why they weren't mentioned in the scenario they debuted in. Oinkers! The Inox shouts in a sudden panic. He throws the line overboard and grabs an oar, and the rest of the crew follows suit. The rolling waters intensify as more predators join the swarm. They're following your ship as you row for your life. Option A, row across the bay to Frosthaven. Option B, turn and row for the nearest shore. It seems sociopathic to lead the swarm of raging piranha pigs to our home. That doesn't seem like the right move to me.
Yeah, that feels like the obvious negative consequence. That they come ashore and start wrecking shop in Frosthaven.
It might be a case of...
I would say we row to the nearest shore.
Yeah, this could really be a no good outcomes where rowing to the shore fucks us up, but rowing to the Frosthaven fucks up the outpost. But also for role-playing, not for role-playing reasons. I don't think Click Trill Snip Click cares. Except that... yeah, maybe if we come ashore, we have to do the scenario right away. That's a possibility. Do scenario, Pig Beach.
Bay of Pigs was surely right there, James.
I'm sorry, Greg. I went for Pig Beach.
You sure did.
Geez, yeah. Could have been, there's some kind of beach luau cookout joke. There's a lot of things I could have gone with, but I went for Pig Beach.
You went for Pig Beach.
All right.
It's hot where you are.
All right. Option B, we're going to the Pig Beach. Option B, no time to get across the harbor. Better to beach and make a break for it. You row hard, driving the longboat up onto the rocky shore. The crew, pursued by the amphibious predators, leaps off and heads towards a nearby copse of evergreen trees. There are a few minor injuries, but everyone makes it up to the branches. The frenzied animals, denied their meal, cut a swath around the shore towards the next most convenient food supply, Frosthaven. So, this was a no good outcomes case because both of these result in the pigs attacking Frosthaven. It's just in what way is it worse? The way that we went, we get disadvantage on all targets.
Oh, disadvantage on all targets.
So I think that's a poorly worded telling us that we have disadvantage pulling against them.
Yeah.
And not that
they don't have disadvantage on us.
Because
that's not how it works.
They're the ones with targets is the thing that's getting me here.
So in the other option, do we just not have disadvantage?
In the other option, they get plus 10 to their attack level.
So what's the attack?
Hold on. I just realized I don't have the Outpost cards here. The building cards. Here we go. So they are going to attack even-numbered buildings from 20 to 80.
Okay.
So that will be for us, and they'll attack up to 6, but I don't think we might have 6. Let's find it.
Remember, we have the carpenter because he's not marked on the map.
Oh yeah, I'll base this on the cards, not the map. But yes, we have the carpenter, but I don't know where the stickers are, so he's a rugged kind of street carpenter. So the craftsman. 34 will take the first attack. The enhancer, 44, will take the second. Did I say 20 to 80? That's it.
Oh, okay, nice. What's their attack? What is the base attack?
It's an attack 25 against our base defense of 25. So pulling negatives is bad, is basically the deal here.
And we're pulling at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. I need to find the town.
Soldiers do what again?
They give us advantage. So in this case, they would neutralize disadvantage.
Do they also give us a plus if we sacrifice them?
Great question, Greg. I can't remember.
Well, let's see. Is that written down?
Barracks. Effect. Gain advantage and reduce the attack by 5.
We're only taking 2 attacks? I say we should just sacrifice 2 soldiers.
All right. Oh.
We got these 2 extra ones.
A soldier level 2 is minus 15. I accidentally left both barracks cards in the deck, and I was looking at the level 1. Yes, the soldier level 2s give us advantage and minus 15.
I say we sacrifice both soldiers.
All right.
We'll just buy one of them back.
All right. Iconic line from the beloved manga Berserk. Sacrifice them. All right. Kill them, Greg. Kill them both.
Bam. Bam.
Boom.
Dead.
All right. Here we are. It is an attack 10 versus the craftsman. We have total defense of 25, so as long as we don't pull a minus 20, and I do believe minus 20 exists.
I think so.
Yeah. We have non-affected pull, neither advantage nor disadvantage.
I think there's also just one that's wreck.
Yeah, so that one is not even like null. It's the building is straight up wrecked and not just damaged. All right, pulling it.
Yeah.
Minus 10. We win.
Nice.
And then the attack on the enhancer. Pulling it. Minus 10. We win. Now, out of curiosity to find out if those young men's sacrifices were in vain, they certainly were, because the first disadvantage... Actually, wait, no. With 2 minus 10s and no benefit from sacrificing them, then we would have lost the first building. Or both of them.
Yeah.
If we no, with disadvantage, we would have got 2 minus 10s, but then the next 2 cards were a plus 20 and a plus 50.
Oh, well, yeah, those would have done the trick.
Yeah. But, hey, we fended off the attack successfully. So there's that. What's the result?
I lost my.
The old fisherfolk explain that the frequent migrations of aggressive piranha pig schools during this season can be a problem. No wonder the old timers stick to fishing from the docks. Lose one morale.
Aw.
It's just,
Do I have access
I
to
got to
that?
assume that this battle is like a horrible sounding thing. That there's no way the piranha pigs make a good sound when they're in frenzy.
Well, let's head on to building operations.
Unless they got like the piranha voice box, which I assume doesn't exist, and they're just silent.
No, like, because they're part pig, right?
Yeah.
I got to assume they're making a feral hog
Yeah, but-
screech. Here's a
Yeah,
Might be.
definitely.
Might
Here's
be
a-
saying nothing.
Here's a biological
20
question.
to 30 fail hogs.
So the 20 to 30 feral piranha pigs, except okay, like obviously the 30 to 50 or whatever feral hogs tweet is a legendarily stupid tweet,
Sure.
and there's many reasons that it's absurd. Not least that like I don't believe that people in the rural United States are using their AR-15s to kill 30 to 40 hogs that charge into their yard and attack their children. But also, he said feral hogs. And a feral animal is an animal that was domesticated and then escaped into the wild. What is going on these southern hog farms? Like, how are they losing this many hogs? That this is a regular occurrence, supposedly.
I
Okay.
think they're really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They can get out of anything.
that's true. Like, hogs are smart. I'll give them that. But here's my piranha pig biology question. Obviously, these things are amphibious. Do we think they have gills and lungs? Or are they like dolphins? And they're just holding their breath?
Nope, they're all just like Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
So
Yeah.
they're drinking
In
their own
every
piss.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they have to.
That's fair. I was gonna say not a lot of movies where the heroes drink their own
movie
piss,
that
but actually they
exists.
made two Dune movies recently, and there's a Dune movie from the '80s too. So that's 4 movies where the heroes drink their own piss. Just off the top of my
Plus
head.
Piss Boy. The famous 1978 movie Piss Boy.
Well, I don't know if I'd call Piss Boy the hero.
That's true.
All right, building operations. It's the mining camp. We can collectively buy up to 2 metal for 2 gold each.
Yeah.
I'm into it. But you want to pay for that, Drifter?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Wait, so that's 4 gold total?
4 gold total, and we gain 2 metal.
Okay.
At the hunting lodge, which we still haven't upgraded, we can buy 1 hide for 2 gold. If you wouldn't mind. Take care of that,
I'll
would you,
do it
Drifter?
again.
All right. 1
Sure
hide
thing.
at the cost of 2 gold. The logging camp, not upgraded, it's still just level 1. So we can buy...
I've already done it. Oh, shoot. I haven't actually been adding these things, though. Hold on.
1 wood for 2 gold.
I'll be adding...
All right. 2 metal,
Yeah.
1 hide, 1 lumber. The craftsman does not have an operations effect.
There we go.
The alchemist does not have an operations effect. The enhancer reduces enhancement costs at level 2. The workshop does nothing anymore. It's just sitting there. Maybe the carpenter set up in the workshop. And the carpenter himself reduces all our construction costs by 1 resource. The town hall lets us draw 1 challenge and keep up to 1, which we will remember to do next time.
Yes.
I appreciate that on the level 1 town hall, it says, when the challenge deck is complete, read 190.1. Like, the challenge deck is thick. I have a really hard time believing anybody's clearing the challenge deck without ever getting around to upgrading the town hall. But who knows? And then, of course, we can collectively train up to 1 soldier for 3 gold and 1 material resource. So let's do it.
Yeah.
3
3
gold
gold.
and a
I'll
hide.
pay that. I'll also pay the material result. Yeah, you guessed it. A hide.
Whoa, but you took your hide down to 1 instead of to 7 or to 8.
I
Yeah. You
instead of
typed
eight.
you
Yes, I
typed
had
in
nine.
the amount you were spending and not the amount that you had left. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
Greg, can you remember the last time we tracked you added to the inspiration?
Nope.
I think
No, I cannot. It was a while
it's
ago.
only one scenario that we did without Danielle. So I think it's just +1, up to 19.
To 19. After that, I also put the soldier back to being alive.
Nice. Console question, Greg. Would it improve the console
Yeah.
experience if for at least some of these numbers I was able to get you like a dial where you clicked up and down
Nah,
to
it's fine.
increment? Okay.
Nah, it's fine. So
Because it is something I'll do at some point, probably.
If that's
Okay.
all our buildings,
All right.
then
So
it's
it's
on to
downtime.
downtime.
All right. I leveled up.
Yeah.
Let me look here. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 perks. And nope, these are all the ones that I already had. So I still need to pick a perk. And they're all so great. So I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay, so we don't have. I assume that nobody wants to craft anything. I'm not going to bother as I'm going into my final scenario, but I don't know if Rich has taken a look at the crafting log recently.
No.
No.
You maybe should, Rich. You don't not like items.
Martin will tell me what I should get.
As
Martin,
for
please help us.
potions, I can say we currently have access to arrow vines, axe roots. Is that what they're called? Or axe nuts?
Yep.
And death cap mushrooms.
Corpse cap.
Corpse caps.
So here's something that occurs to me. 1 point possibly actually, hold on. Let me look at this Lurker Necromancy scenario for 1 second. Because I did think of one case that we might make for carrying on with the Realm of Endless Frost. Yeah. So the Realm of Endless Frost, its loot deck will introduce Flame Fruit for the first time. The first time we've ever had the chance to get Flame Fruit. Let me confirm that that's true, and not that we just had the chance in the Frozen Fjord and did not take advantage of it.
I mean, we looted quite a bit in that scenario.
Yeah,
but we didn't get 0 loot.
Hold on. Was it on the board in Frozen Fjord? I can't remember. I'm going to flip back to scenario 13. There was one, which we didn't get. But there is also one in the Realm of Endless Frost. But that kind of makes me think that maybe as we continue to explore the Frozen North and the Lurker questline, we'll have other opportunities. So, no, I don't think we should. I think we should stick to our guns and not stick to our guns by changing the scenario that we're going to do.
But James, what's the combos that are available for those three?
Yes.
Three
Where's my
herbs
crafty board?
and spices.
It's right down here. I found it. Boom. Okay.
Just curious
So,
if there's anything new.
Once again, so we've got Rockroot, Arrowvine. We got everything but Snow Thistle and Flame Fruit. Okay. Well.
And the root.
We don't have any Rockroot?
We don't have any Rockroot.
Oh, because Danielle is the only one. Yeah, we can't take Danielle's Rockroot. As it happens, the only non-Flame Fruit 2-herb potion for our currently, good question, Graham, we have still the level 1 Alchemist. No, we have the level 2. Maybe
we got level 2, but that just
maybe that's... And we're not quite Prosperity 4 yet. But when we get to Prosperity 4, I think that's a good time to go to Alchemist level 3 and maybe unlock some 3. Maybe that's when 3-herb potions come in. The only 2-herb potions that don't involve Flame Fruit that we haven't made are the Rockroot form of Unhealthy Mixture, the Arrowvine form of Unhealthy Mixture, and then whatever Axenut plus Rockroot would give us. So, nothing. I bet that
we'll hold off then.
If Danielle was here, she would be so excited about this punch board. I would take it to the room she was in and let her punch it. But she played herself.
Oh, that's the dream. Why don't you ever do that for me or Rich?
Well, listen, if you had all been willing to
Or
order your
Michaela,
own,
actually.
Graham makes another point, a good point about saving our items for triple potions. I mean, but who knows? Okay. Can I predict? No, I can't predict what it'll be because I was going to say, what's the one thing we're missing? But obviously, there are 5 other 2-herb potions that we haven't accessed. So there's no way to just look and be like, oh, hey, we still haven't got this potion from Gloomhaven. Okay. Whew.
Well,
So
if that's it, then for downtime, we're into construction.
I will point out that you guys
So
always
what
have the
are
option
our-
of ordering your own replacement punch boards. And then everybody could punch their own herbs.
Sure.
Yep. The option is always there.
We'll
Okay.
do that just as soon as we buy all the stickers.
I am very excited. I'm not going to reveal what it does, but I will say my level 4 power, I chose the one called Grim Trophies. And it's going to give me, like, I might not be always putting Skull Collection up right away anymore because it gives me another really good way to use my trophies. And to use lots
Nice.
of them. Yeah. Like, I can, when I use the ability, I have the option of using 5 trophies when I use it, like maximum trophies. But I can also use it if I only have 1. So it's exciting. And also it does something. It doesn't just consume the trophies. Even more exciting. Okay. It's construction time. So, what do we get?
Yeah,
Is
what
there
can
a
we
wall
update?
that we have not built? Yeah, we haven't built wall level 3, but that's boring, and also we just keep crushing anyone who opposes us. Then,
And that
What
will
else?
never end.
Yeah, that will never end.
we'll build the wall before winter comes again. All right. Our upgrade options include the hunting lodge, the logging camp. With both of those, we know exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
And then, no, that's it. Hunting lodge or logging
Can
camp.
we not do the? Can we not do the? Who's it? What's fuck? I've forgotten his name. Carpenter.
Oh, the carpenter. No, got to be level
No, okay.
5, prosperity 5 to upgrade the carpenter.
Neat. Okay, so we just really have those 2 places. So I guess it's a question of wood or hide.
Well,
And I think
looks
the
like,
answer to that question is wood.
yeah, we have tons of hide. So,
Yeah.
all right. We're going to
So
upgrade
tell me those numbers.
the logging
James.
camp. The logging camp upgrade is going to cost us 4 lumber, 5 metal, and 2 hide.
2 metal, 3 hide. So do we want to get rid of one of the lumbers then? Oh wait, sorry.
Oh, you know what? Graham makes a very fair point.
5.
I'm underselling the potential for excitement here because the upgraded hunting lodge didn't just let us buy 2 hides. It gave us the trapper.
That's true.
So if this logging camp unlocks the orchid lumberjack, then I will eat my words.
Okay, so you want to get rid of the one of the metals with the carpenter just because it's the highest thing?
Oh yeah, right, yes. Good catch, Greg.
Okay. So that brings it down to 4 metal. So 4 lumber. I will take 1 from me, obviously. 2 from Rich. And we will have to take 1 of Danielle's, even though she's not here.
1 of her what?
Lumber.
That's okay. She got the value out of it.
Yeah. And then for the metal, I will take 1 from the Outpost and 3 from myself. And then for the 2 hide, I'll just take 2 from the Outpost.
Okay.
We are very low on lumber now. We only have 2,
Well,
both of which are owned technically by people who are not here.
good thing that we upgraded the
Yep.
lumber, the logging camp. So, womp womp, there is not going to... if we're getting a lumberjack, it's at level 3 or level 4.
Shame.
Hold on, though. What's What's the Gloomiverse name? It's not a lumberjack. Tree Slayer.
I was gonna say Woodshaper.
That's
Same
also
thing.
big. Well, that's
Yeah.
the carpenter.
Yeah. shape of wood.
The wood D-shaper.
I thought you were
Oh.
gonna say the Wood DJ.
Yeah.
The
Hold on.
Wood remixer.
Hold on. The Inox Uprooter.
Uproot is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh man, it could be a thing where they could just do like kyber tosses.
Yeah. All right.
It could just be like a Scottish strongman.
Isaac, you can use that for Swamphaven, but I want special thanks to 58 Dream Street in the back of the manual. Okay. And the character has to have a mustache.
Can't wait for Sunday night Swamphaven. I will say,
honestly, if it takes long enough, Sunday afternoon Swamphaven with Ethan, with 8-year-old Ethan as player 2 will be nice. That'll actually the scenarios will breathe more. We'll get one done every time. And in fact, it'll be a struggle to be like, all right, Ethan, we've done 3 scenarios today. Got to go to school.
Just have to have like a stack of laptops in the. There's like a stack of laptops in a closet somewhere because he's gonna smash them every time we tell him it's over.
Oh my. Those will be great times. So I look forward to them. Okay.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Whew. That's construction, which means the Outpost phase has concluded. But I think we might as well do the road event so that we hit the ground running next time, huh?
May as well start the scenario.
Yeah.
May as well.
Yeah.
I, of course, have taken all of the things out for a different scenario. How much... Hold on. I'm curious. How much overlap is there? How many things do I have to put back? There is a single monster overlap. So I only have to put back 3 monsters and a boss. And then get out 3 monsters.
Okay.
Nothing new. Things we've seen before. But with a whole bunch of special rules. Great. Awesome. Okay. This is it. The final thing that we do today. Summer Road Event 32. A streak of blazing light hums close along the horizon. Shoot it! Putting even the noonday sun to shame. You watch as the arc of brilliant fire makes landfall just over the next ridge with a dull thud, then feel the reverberation wash across the landscape. You hurry over to see. There, smoldering in a ring of burned grass, is a hunk of metal the size of a mead barrel. The surface of it looks to be boiling over, with intricate striations flexing and churning within it. It gives off a thick gas that smells of brimstone. You splash cool water on it, and it gives a satisfying sizzle. Option A, drag it back in one piece to Frosthaven for study. Option B, chop it into more manageable pieces for collection and go on your way. If you know, you know. I just finished. If you know, you know. I just finished playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent for the first time. I'm just 14 years late to the party, and even though I bought that game the year it came out, but I played it for the first time, and I'm inclined to say we don't chop the otherworldly rock up into pieces, but in fact keep it intact.
Yeah, I was actually going to agree with that. I also think that chopping it is either going to end up being pointless and somehow like break our weapons or something because it's like the hottest material known to man or something along those lines.
Or it's an egg or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The comet monster. I think that we'll probably have to I think we're going to get the discard cards fatigue penalty for dragging the whole thing. But I just feel like it will be worse if we chop it up. And also the specimen is clearly more valuable in one piece. Pinter Droman will definitely be glad that we didn't chop it up. I mean,
I think we'll
he
probably
better
get
be.
the worst. I think we might get a worse negative effect, but a better long-term positive effect. So I say let's drag it back.
That seems
Yeah,
plausible.
we need it in case we have to fight Superman.
Yeah.
What's that?
We need it in case we have to fight Superman.
That's true.
All right. Option A. Drag it back in one piece to Frosthaven for study. Boom. You drag the chunk of metal back to Frosthaven for analysis and study. Pinter Droman, the local tinkerer. Yeah, we know that. I guess they can't predict when you'll get what things. Pinter Droman, the local tinkerer, notes the peculiar composition can be used as a filler for other metalworks, and with careful rationing, the chunk can function as a multiplier for future metal construction. Add a +1 sticker to one metal loot card, and then that metal loot card will ever after give 1 extra metal when resolved. And then, this is odd, resolve another summer road event. Oh, because we went back to Frosthaven. We got to go on the road again.
Oh,
All right.
oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just a positive effect. Great.
Sweet.
All right. And a little bit of bring back the Texas synergy here. On the road again.
Yeah, just occasionally we pull out our magic rock to make
The life
metal
I
things
love
easier.
is playing Frosthaven with my friends. All right. Well, we're going back to the old school with Summer Road Event 11. It's early morning, and the sun is just cresting over the mountaintop as you head out the main gate. To your surprise, no more than a dozen steps along the road, the fresh snow has been disturbed by an old woman clad in ragged clothes, dancing inside a strange circle of salt on the ground. You turn and look back up to the watchman in the tower. He gives an unconcerned shrug. Don't know where she came from. Don't know what that ritual's all about either. She's been stomping and chanting ever since I came on duty at midnight. The woman suddenly sees you, a crazed glint passing over her face that boils into a rage. Bow before the winter gods! Leave before the winter comes, or freeze to death in a white cold, she screams. Someone's got to tell this bitch what day it is. It's the first day of summer. Has she been harassing and threatening everyone who walks by? Option A. Try to convince her to stop the ritual and leave. Option B. Get aggressive and do whatever you can to confuse the ritual and force her away. Okay. I'm
Give me those
intimidating. All
options again. Sorry.
right. Option A.
We just kind of
Try to convince her to stop. Option B, get aggressive and do
Yeah.
whatever it takes to mess up her ritual. I'm intimidating, but is that more helpful for pulling out all the stops or just for convincing her? Or perhaps neither. Is anyone charming?
pulling out all the stops. I'm an outcast, resourceful, and strong. Rich, what are you?
Resourceful?
Definitely
Oh.
outcast.
Persuasive?
outcast.
Okay, if persuasive is a trait, then I think we don't have it.
Is there like a list of traits somewhere? Frosthaven traits.
Well, Graham is asking if anyone is persuasive, so I assume that someone can be persuasive.
Oh, here they are. They're strong, nimble, armored, educated, resourceful, wild, outcast, arcane, persuasive, and intimidating. So I don't think we're persuading her, seeing as none of us are persuasive. Unless Rich is looking
I feel like I
plain
remember that.
goblin.
I don't know,
You gotta
Greg.
believe me.
I mean,
The
while you're
sights
there,
are-
Greg, want to just check? Is the paying conduit persuasive somehow against all odds?
The pain conduit is indeed. They are chaotic, intimidating, and an outcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
that
that.
sounds right. That sounds accurate.
I think.
All right.
See, I'm of two minds because I think if anybody is going to be able to pull out all the stops and get her to leave, it's these three fucking weirdos. But also, I kind of don't want to. Like, she's just bothering people in her salt circle. She's not causing any physical harm.
I mean, I
The
will
only
say
arm a man can understand.
there is. Oh wait, whoops! I forgot. We get 1 prosperity tick for upgrading that building. We are now prosperity level 4.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
We
you
got a
want to
lot
try
more to
that
update
upgrade?
now. Yeah, let me do that.
So we have
That really opens up our options.
that opens our upgrade options. Next time we will have the option of upgrading, well, the hunting lodge because that only requires level 3, the craftsman, the alchemist, and the town hall. I'm inclined
Ooh,
to say
town
we're
hall
gonna.
sounds good.
Yeah, I lean towards doing the alchemist first, but well, you know what?
Yeah,
Here's
I'd
what we'll
agree
do.
with you,
If
but I think it's
we
a one. It's a
if
1-2 hit.
if we get flame fruit in the next scenario, then we put off the alchemist because we can still have fun with two herb potions.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, let's do the alchemist. Okay, so you think she's not doing any harm? My counter to that, although this is not an in-character thing, because I don't think Click Trill Snipclick cares. Uh, there's something to be said for people need to keep their morale up while trying to survive. I don't think they need a person screaming about
That's
them how they're
true.
all going to die in the winter if they don't abandon the outpost.
So you're saying it's fine to sacrifice our freedom of speech for the greater good?
Well, these are both of the options. We don't have a choice about whether to try to
Yeah,
get her
I
to fuck
know.
off.
I'm real mad that there's not an option to be like try to get down to her level and make sure she gets the help she needs.
Well, maybe that's how we would convince her if we were persuasive.
Well, but we're not. We're a bunch of intimidating people.
And
So that's
also,
intimidating.
like a screaming person doing like a weird dance, like yeah, Click Trill Snip Click is gonna bow up and like start clicking and snipping. All right, option B: get aggressive and do whatever you can to confuse the ritual and force her away. Doot 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 doot. Huh. So how about this? Option A did require intimidating. Option B requires chaotic though.
Oh, well, we got that.
Ooh, Graham says there's
Think of it
sometimes
with chaotic.
hidden options. How does that work?
Wait, hidden options?
That sounds so cool, but I'm having a hard time imagining
hard
how it
time.
works.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So
we went the all-out route.
chaotic.
We made our choice.
It's obvious she won't listen to reason, so you resort to volume. You step towards the salt circle and start yelling nonsense at her whenever she resumes her arcane chant. Good job, Pain Conduit. Baffled, the agitator stops her ritual and hurries away into the cold. We gain 1 morale.
Oh.
Hooray!
I mean, James, you nailed it. Your reading was 100% accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
That gets us back on morale that we lost.
We got
because
our
of the piranha
morale
pigs.
back. We're back to 17.
Yeah.
We're on the path to morale 20, the happiest town that ever lived, which allows us to read section 161.3. There's no greater defense bonus to be gained from morale. So now it's just all about getting to that reading the calendar thing, or reading the section.
Mm-hmm.
And we're 3 steps away, just like we were at the start of this. So there's nothing.
So really, it's thank you for joining us. It's essentially like nothing happened at all.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Sometimes
Freeze spray.
Frosthaven's like that.
All right. I've got to update my progress. I have now been in attendance for the construction of 7 out of the 12 required buildings or building upgrades. So 5 more outpost phases, and we say goodbye to Click Trill Snip Click. I think if it happened right now, knowing that obviously Rich wants to be the lava the pyroclast, I think I would go for the Algox, or go to Lauren and be like, hey, why don't you address the fact that you've abandoned us and give me back my stuff. Be the gem in it. But
I bet she would be like, "Yeah, here's all your stuff back."
Yeah.
no,
There you
I know she would do that, It's that in the course of it, there will be a lot of apologizing and me anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad that Lauren abandoned us. Because she's still our friend in real life. It's fine. I'd be like, Robert abandoned us, and we're a little mad about that. Ooh, Graham's right.
He's coming back.
We could get lucky. It's possible to get upgrades. Like the barracks was upgraded from an event, so I could be overestimating how long I get to be click trill snip click. But I'm hopeful. Let me see.
Yeah, that's true.
Level 5 takes 210 experience, 5 scenarios. I would need, 55? 5 scenarios. So an average of 11 experience per scenario. Except not even, because 5 would mean it's over. No, because I don't actually have 5, because that last one doesn't count. So 4.
You have 4, yeah.
Would have to be like 13? No, 13 wouldn't do it, because that's 52.
Well, no, you would have 5. Because the...
Oh, yeah, right. Jeez, I'm not even thinking about the fact that we get the bonus
downtime.
experience every time. So, yeah.
But also you would have 5 because...
Retirement, you're right, Greg.
Comes
is it downtime and constructions before it. But yeah, with the 8 bonus experience, great. I will almost certainly get to be level 5 click trail snip click. So that's exciting, because I really like this character. She's fun. All right, cool. We are ready to go next time. Except for me, I have to take a bunch of things out and put a bunch of things away and all that. Check it out. Tomorrow, some point in the afternoon, early evening, I'll be playing Wizardry Gaiden 4, Throb of the Demon's Heart. Hopefully solving the Tower of Witchcraft. Oh, and if we just remember the challenges exist, we get an extra 2 for that. Oh yeah, I can do this. Click, chill, snip, click will be level 5. Maybe someday I'll play a level 6 character. Did I get the Boneshaper to level 6 or was she? It doesn't matter. Then, on Saturday, Dark Sun, Shattered Lands, as I continue to try to find the Surens, hoping that there are a separate settlement of Surens and not just the one group that I have already killed, but they did attack me. It's not my fault. We'll see what happens. I'm having fun. My first ever Dark Sun experience. I've always wanted to try the campaign setting. Although if they bring it back into modern D&D, I hope they do it with more care and love than when they brought Spelljammer back. Holy smokes. Does the prefab Spelljammer adventure suck and not give you any of the things that you think you would get in a freewheeling whack?
And apparently killing yourself doesn't even get you out of it.
Rich committed suicide in our last session, and but is not free. Although, listen, I gave you a note for one session, Rich, where I said we could do one without Rich until he gets resurrected. And Rich was like, nah. So, anyway, it's nice to see the guys. It's nice to see the guys.
Yeah.
But oh man, and it's not.
It's just that 4.5 hours later, I've seen enough of the guys.
I feel like I maybe never want to see them again.
And listen, this is all on the people who made this prefab adventure, because one of the best D&D experiences of my life was the same DM running a prefab adventure in 5th edition D&D. He's capable of doing it, but this is giving him nothing to work with. It just sucks. It's just like he reads us a block of text and then says, so do you go with them? And then you just have to say, and then you could be like, no. It's like, but thou must. It sucks. It just sucks. Real letdown. On Sunday, Roberta Williams' Phantasmagoria. I realized while editing the video that I can click on the little cat ornament I found. So I sure hope when I click on it, it turns into a key or something, and then I know what to do next. Because I'm going to make that much progress right away by clicking on the item. But then I might just be stuck again. We'll see. I'm digging the game though. It's pretty cool so far. Next Tuesday, Greg and James beat 'em up. We had so much fun with our last themed episode of 2 Arabian Nights style beat 'em ups that we're keeping it going. Get ready to cringe to the classics as we do a hip-hop themed Greg and James beat 'em up. Kaneko's previous hip-hop beat 'em up, DJ Boy, landed on the goon tier for its extreme racism. So not filled with hope for their follow-up, B-Rap Boys. I assume the B stands for battle, but I don't know.
I mean, it could stand for nothing with so many things.
I don't know. And I'll say this. I did, when I went to get the arcade flyer and get us set up so we can display it on the screen, I went with the first revision of the arcade flyer because the original arcade flyer was uncomfortably racist.
Jesus.
But the revised one is revised one is okay. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. And then, did Atari in 1992 have their thumb on the pulse of hip hop culture when they released Guardians of the Hood? My money's on Lord no, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna listen to Daily Operation by Gangstar, Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest, and Don't Sweat the Technique by Eric B. and Rakim that day to put myself in, get the feel for the hip hop sounds of 91, 92. They're at least off the hook, They don't need to be up on 36 chambers. They don't need to know about G-Funk yet. They can get away if they...
Why aren't you going to listen to Check Your Head?
You know what? That's a really good point. Why wouldn't I do that? Well, I mean, I guess the reason that I wouldn't do that is because that's a very long album and I'm already doing 3 albums. But I suppose if I just skip to all the hip-hop songs, it'll go faster.
Yeah, there's like 7 of them.
Yeah. The Beastie Boys really... the Beastie Boys are great.
Like
I wouldn't want there to be fewer Beastie Boys songs, but I wish there were more Beastie Boys albums. Just divide the songs off more albums, across more albums, because that run from... is it Check Your Head before Ill Communication? Yeah. Check Your Head through Hello Nasty. It's just like, this is too many songs. We do not need all these songs on this particular album.
Well, I would say Paul's Boutique to Hello Nasty.
I don't know. Paul's Boutique is so important, though. The Futurama quote?
Yeah, for sure. But there's some songs on there that could stand.
The Futurama quote when Fry meets the Beastie Boys in 3000, and he says, "Whoa, you guys have 5 really good albums." And he says, "Hey, it's been 1,000 years. We have 7."
It's a weird joke because the Beastie Boys did not have any long... I guess their longest break would have been between To the 5 Boroughs and Hot Sauce Committee Part 2? Between albums? It's not like the Beastie Boys...
I think the joke at the time was just that they hadn't released an album since 98. And I think that Futurama came out in...
99.
2000. Oh, 99.
I don't know
what the joke is.
Or was it 2000? Whatever. I mean, the joke is they take a long time to make albums. It's just that wasn't really true. Especially when you consider how many goddamn songs they put on those fucking albums in the 90s. All right.
That's also true.
And then, in and around there, in the days next week, I'll be doing Wizardry Gaiden 4, Taima no Koru, if you prefer the Japanese title. I'm going to try to do at least one day of 30-minute retro reviews.
I do.
Play some classic games. And I've discovered a great love of using that particular Japanese voice actor style voice to say things. I'm always very happy now whenever Greg and I are playing a game by Taito.
Taito.
And then also, I'm going to start Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle because this vacation is the streamiest time of my entire life. I decided that in advance that I wouldn't feel like I wasted my vacation if I streamed a lot. And then I will also do the fitness boxing and go outside every now and then and all those things. See my friends, I hope. Anyway, it's all good. Before you know it, it'll be Thursday again next week. Rich?
Yeah.
Are we on Thursday?
I can do Friday next week, I think.
Friday? Hey. Cool.
I think we're back.
Yeah, I can do Friday.
Great. All right. Before you know it, it'll be Friday again.
Get back to Friday.
One of the nights when we play Friday Night Frosthaven. So, hey, that's where we've been and that's where we're going. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came to your left, you can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're bringing those lurkers back from the dead, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.